I think the most important tool is organisation when you're working with a big project like, you know, with Jimi Hendrix or Michael Jackson, where the number of stills, for instance, like with Jimi Hendrix, it was because we were working for the Experience Hendrix, and they just supplied us with all the stills they own, which is thousands of stills, and all the music they've got, which is tracks and tracks of music, and all the music stems that they've got, which is not just the music tracks but all the separate instruments and all that sort of thing. And it was just quite incredible the amount of footage and archive that they own as well, because every time they find some archive they acquire it, and they just supplied us with all of that stuff. So the amount of material that we have for a project like that is huge. So just organising it all in bins and folders, and just being able to find material quite quickly, you know, for yourself and for the director as well, just to be able to kind of access things. Sometimes I work on current affairs like Panorama, when they do like a quick turnaround thing, and then there's a team of editors have to go in and on a Thursday and for a program that goes out on a Monday night. So there will literally be 4 or 5 cutting rooms all working on the same film with a lead editor who's usually the same guy, Andy Kemp, who manages to hold it all together. And then we just kind of support and cut sequences and do that sort of thing. There's a number of producers working amongst the cutting rooms, and you kind of all feed into one room. So quick turnarounds, yeah, I think it's definitely useful to have something like Avid. That's what you need in a situation like that. You just don't want something that's going to fall over at the last minute or crash or do anything. You just want a proven bit of technology that works. I had a young lad in my cutting room yesterday who's 16, and I was telling him about the Avid, the free Avid, and how if he wants to break into the industry, I guess you kind of have to learn things like that. I mean, that's one way in, because you have to know the technology, but then you just have to, you know, they talk about the 10,000 hours, don't they, when you have to kind of like do that 10 years of work, which is just really hard, long hours, doing anything like the Beatles did in Berlin, or, you know, anyone like that. You know, it's just, they didn't just become a good band who could play well together. They went off and played live gigs 3 times a night for 5 years and then came back and made it. You know, you have to kind of put the work in, learn the craft, keep up with the technology, and then look for your breaks and the people that you get along with working with.